What's up, everybody? It's Mental Mondays, baby. It is February 7th, 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's Mental Mondays, baby. Let's get it going. Let's loosen up, baby. Mental breakdowns for you and me, my friends. Mental breakdowns happen here, all around, from far and near. Mental breakdowns every year. Da-da-da-da-da. But it's good. It's good. Mental breakdowns are good. I'm not talking about like full on like breakdown, but I'm talking about a little bit maybe of a glitch, maybe of a little bit of a internal battle that you might be going through, and that's all of us on each and every day. First and foremost, before we get into it, I want to just thank everybody for the love and support. Long-time listeners and viewers to the show, thank you very much for all the love and support. Newbies joining us today and jumping on the wagon, baby, jump on. Thank you very much for all the love and support as well. Very grateful, have had a fantastic weekend, not gonna lie to you guys. Things are looking really bright. Things are looking gooch, baby, not gonna lie to you. Sip to everybody out there. You know, man, it's I wanna just talk to you. We're gonna just open up the heart today. We're gonna just cut that bad boy up. Slice starts serving hearts, baby. We're serving hearts today. Just feelings, emotions, thoughts. We're gonna go over as many of the items as we can, and then if there's anything that we leave behind, we'll take care of it on Wednesday and Friday, baby, of course. There's always a new show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Again, for those of you who are joining us just today, that's how it goes around here. But other than that, man, there's not much of a, we don't keep it rigid, we don't keep it tight, we don't put it in a box, we don't wrap it all, we serve it raw, fresh out the kitchen, fully cooked. How do you like it? You like it well done? You like it rare? Do you want it sunny side up? You want it pouched, baby? What you want? You want to cut the edges of your, slice of toast. You want to go without the trimmings. You want to go with whatever you want. We got it here. This is for the, if you're, this is for the, first of all, I want to just say this is for the ladies and gentlemen out there who want a little bit extra. You're doing gooch, everything's fine in life, but you want a little bit extra. Here we boost you up, fellas, by just watching, by either watching or maybe even liking or commenting or talking about it with extra levels of testosterone, fellas. If you happen to just half an hour test will go through the roof. You'll be, oh man, heck, I'm talking extra muscle gains. You'll be losing fat, it'll just melt right off you. Extra, here and there you might find a new extra strand of hair on your body. Fellas, we go all in. Ladies, same sitch, except without the, boosting your estrogen, baby. You watch this, you talk about it, you happen to like it, you don't like it, but you want to watch it anyway. It doesn't matter. You're here. You're part of the team. We do it anyway. We give back. That's what it is. So estrogen levels through the roof. You watch half an hour of this show, you're just, filled with all sorts of good hormones, whether you're male, female. We take care of everybody, young, old, everybody. This is the Every Man and Woman's podcast. This is starting from the ground up. Foundations are being laid, and we have to do a little bit of excavating, Last year, even a little bit of this, we're still excavating. It's an ongoing project, and we're literally on the very base level right now, growing each and every day. But I want to thank everybody. Thank you. And what do we do around here? We keep it silly willy, dude. We keep it silly willy, ladies. We just have fun. That's what it is most of the time. And then sometime we'll get into, harder, little bit of a, if we're going through it, we're going through it together, baby, you and me. But a little bit of, I guess, why did I want to start off with a song going around mental breakdowns? Because I was having just a little bit of a recap before we move forward to covering, I guess, what happened over the past weekend. But during last week, I was just filled with different thoughts, different emotions, trying to process everything that's unraveling here in Canada and Toronto and Ottawa, all the good provinces, all the provinces, everybody. territories. It was just a lot of mixed feelings and emotions, just because everything was happening so fast. And your boy, just like everybody else out there, is trying to make sense of it. And what I realize is that I've got a ton of learning to do. There's always, and I gotta be more careful. And if I want, because that's the thing, I don't want to, you don't come here, if you're a long time listener, you're here for the jokes and the laughs and the ha-has and the silliness and the flying geeses, Sometimes we'll discuss real issues as well, but even if we're talking about real issues, that doesn't mean that I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that I'm 100% sure of what's going on. A lot of times I'm confused. A lot of times I am confused and just trying to make sense of it, and that's why I got you guys. Thank you. And together I think we've got, you got me, I got you. We're building a little teeny tiny community that'll hopefully be more interactive whenever the opportunity comes about. And the camera once again is moving, ladies and gentlemen. Move with it. There we go. This camera's gonna just drive me up it's already happening. We've had talks, we've gone to therapy. I think we'll work it out. It's all good. But my point is that a lot of things get discussed sometimes, and today I don't want to even focus anything on I don't want to talk too much about anything. I'll just say this and then we'll quickly move over it. Any story that you hear, especially in the corporate media platforms, whether it's and everywhere's got them, right? US has got theirs, Canada, we got theirs, Australia, European countries have theirs, everybody, Middle East, everybody. Whatever source of media, if you're hearing it from a big corporate media platform, it's good to question all aspects. And that's what I try to do most of the time, and I try to be careful of my analysis and see because that's the thing, it's not just what you read, right? You got to read or hear or listen, and then you got to be able to read between the lines. The things that aren't being spoken about, the things that are being emphasized, the things that are getting suppressed, the things that are getting amplified, all that jazz. That's just a reminder. I guess I'm verbally saying it. I've been writing it, thinking it, just because it just was going through a little bit of I was having a hard time trying to figure out what is the action, objectively looking at everything, what is going down. And I want to do a better job with that because, there's a lot of misinformation coming from the news media outlets, the major ones, the corporate ones, that's why it takes all of us. I'm so happy that I have, the ability to allow myself, I guess, to get exposed to different ideas and platforms and different people and just hear different sides. That way you can make a better decision on your own and what you're dealing with. But enough of that mumbo jumbo. I don't want to, new week, new attitude. It's February, doggy. It's February, lady. We're kicking butt, taking names. It is Monday. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing in and around this little blue planet that we call home, I hope you guys are tip top. Whatever you're doing, go after 100%. I got your back. I know you got mine as well. That's what it is, baby. We just uplift each other, do it together, and we learn and just try to come back and do it better. Whatever you're doing, whatever I'm doing, just try to make it better, man. But I had a great weekend because I got a chance to head outside with my homie. We went out for a quick walk. We were just going to do a little bit of a rendezvous, and I think it was Saturday. That's right, it was Saturday. It was around noon, and we're like, we're going out for a walk anyway. There's a little gathering of people, not a little actually. That's what I found out when I got there. It was around noonish. I noticed there are a ton of people gathering at Queen's Park. The police had closed off bits of the streets, and no vehicles coming and going, just pedestrians just walking by and people walking towards the gathering location. And I don't, that's the thing. It wasn't even my intention to go out there, and it was just I wanted to meet my friend. I wanted to go for a walk, but we happened to be there. Just checked it out for a quick little while. Things that I liked, things that you might not hear, things that are actually happening. I'm trying to, what I saw, what I experienced in the little short period of maybe half an hour that I stood there, experienced. I got to, you know, as we were walking towards the gathering location, I guess there were, more people were gathering, people were huddling up, more people kept coming. And at one point, they're like, man, somebody was on the mic, and they were like, I want you to turn to the person next to you and either shake their hand or give them a hug, which I loved. And my brother was right next to me, so we shook on it. Everybody's smiling, everybody's having a good time. Everybody else, they're hugging, shaking hands, beautiful. One thing, that's what it is, baby. Canadians getting there on the ground, sharing that love. That's what I saw. I just saw a lot of love. Now, in my mind, additional love, and if we want to bump it up a little bit, if we want to connect a little bit more, next time there's a gathering, we spit and shake on it. How, that's building firmer bonds. No, I think. What else happened in the time that I was there, in the short period of time that I was there? We got to, again, a few people were talking, more people were coming in. I'd say, I think it probably started around, I want to say probably around 11:30 noonish, and then it kept on going way into the evening, and I think people went for, I don't know, I left after a little while. But later on in the evening, I did see some videos. People were dancing, having, I think they had a DJ at one point. There was a party going on downtown, which was super. So I saw cops dancing along, just regular folks who had just shown up to, because everybody's just. And I think the message has been. I think it's the underlying. If we can stay focused and not get distracted, that's the thing. I think I was, just like many other people, hearing so many different things. I think the core message is essentially people want the mandates to be removed, and one core message is just bodily autonomy, or my body, my choice. Those are the basics of it. Anything and everything else that I saw was just love, respect, good people with families, young, old, everybody, everybody. Canada's so, that's what I love about our place, man. You go and you meet all sorts of people. You meet everybody from all walks of life, and under, and this is our home, man. I got to, along with probably at the time that this went down, I'd say probably, and again, it started off early in the morning, and then there are videos of it on the YouTube. There are a ton of people, obviously. Everybody's carrying these phones and recording everything, so you get to see everything live. You get to go check it out after thousands of people. At one point, we were all singing "Oh Canada," which was super dope. That made me feel so good, because I don't even remember the last time I got a chance to sing the anthem. I think maybe it was grade 8. I don't recall singing it in high school or anything like that. And there's not been too many occasions where you get up and sing the anthem, at least not for this guy. So that was nice, especially with the community, with the fam, with the gang. And yeah, there was a moment of like, man, everything's gonna be good. We're all together, and all I saw was, again, love, support, respectful people doing, just showing solidarity for one another. That's all there was to it. And then obviously I left, and that's what I experienced. So that was just nice to be amongst people, see young, old, men, women, black, white, everybody, gay, straight, everybody, just peepsies, no matter, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, atheist, agnostic, whatever, all different Canadians, which that's Canada for you. We've got the variety, baby. We've got the variety. That's what it is. There was, and I'm glad that I got a chance to go out there, even though it wasn't planned, even though it just happened spontaneously. But I got a good glimpse of, because it's one thing where you see things in video or read a news article, but it's another thing when you check it out for yourself and you get an actual vibe of what's going down. Now, this is, I love Peepsies, man. I think we can, overall, everybody, I think we can pull together. This is what I'd like to see, and in my life, I'd like to be able to be of service. And also, one thing, if we're just as a human being, if we're interacting one on one, or even we're interacting online, or if I'm doing a job or whatever it is, my whole thing, or even if we're not working, if we're just existing and our paths are crossing, I'd like to be able to, if we're having an interaction, and sometimes you don't even necessarily have interactions with people, they're far away, but you're somehow interacting, I'd like to make people's lives easier. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to make people's lives easier. I don't want to be a, whatever I can do to make this exchange of time between two people or more people, whatever I can do to make that experience better, that's what I do. And that's, for the majority of people, the vibe that I get from most people. Because again, the easier you make life for yourself and others, that's just good vibrations, baby. You can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? So what I'd like to see unravel from all of this is, because it's evident that the vast majority of Canadians are together, loving, united, no extra mumbo jumbo, nothing, anything other than that. If you hear, and that's what I mean, I was just, because you read something or you hear something and you want to make sure that, yeah, everything's on the up and up, if that makes any sense. And then you go check it out for yourself and you're like, yeah, people are the bestest. So what I'd like to see happening, hopefully, is for us to, we go out there in whatever shape or form that we can, or in whichever shape or form that we can. You don't even need to go out there. You can do many different things. For us to voice our concerns and our opinions, and for our, the politicians who are also city workers, employees, government officials who work for the Canadian citizens, I'd like them to actually hear all these many people gathering in, whether it's Ottawa, it's in Toronto, it's in Vancouver, all the other provinces and cities across the nation. I'd like for us to come to if I don't know, it's silly, it's wacky, it's a wacky idea, but I'd like us to, be able to hopefully come out of this peacefully and be like, hey man, yeah, what's done is done in the past, it's behind us. New year, new attitude, let's make adjustments, let's move forward, and end the mandates, and that's it. You get rid of everything. Get rid of everything, move forward, that's it. New year. And this, why do I want it to go down peacefully? And obviously, because your boy's a lover, not a fighter. I like peace all around, dude. Ladies, that's what I'm saying. But, why I'd like to see this unravel in a peaceful manner is I hope for it to have a positive ripple effect onto the other parts of the world where people are wanting to, they want to get their voices heard, and maybe it's for, whether it's voices heard regarding what's been going down over the past 2 years, or if they want to get their voices heard regarding other issues, so they can look at countries like Canada, like the United States, like other countries who are also doing it around the world, who are, you have government officials who are public servants, just like everybody else, who are working for the people, who come out there, listen to people, and actually act upon it accordingly, instead of trying to, manipulate it, twist it, whether it's through the use of media, news, and what have you. If we can have that, that'd be wonderful. Again, crazy, wacky idea that we can, just end it all and move forward. That's what I hope. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna unravel. That's not in my hands. That's probably, it's all of us together thinking, working together, and that's what it is, man. Just want to send everybody a lot of love. Thank you again for being a part of my journey, letting me be a part of yours. We're growing together every day, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, we are growing. We're evolving. We're getting better at listening to each other, getting better at talking to each other, and that's what it is, man. All I see around me when I'm out there on the streets, whether it's a regular day, whether it's, any sort of event, even outside of this, it's just all I've ever seen in Toronto. My Canadian experience has been 99.9999999999999 positive. And sure, nowhere's perfect, but I love my city, I love my country, and yeah, I don't buy slanderous news articles, and I think it's become very obvious that nobody really does, because if you experience life for yourself, you see that Canadians are, yeah, we're cooperative, we're friendly, I've rarely ever seen any like aggressive behavior from anybody in Canada. We're a very, the, hey man, that's why I love it here. This is what I want to be a part of. This is what I want to see more of. This is Canada, and we're gonna help each other. We're gonna help each other and get through this, and that is it, baby. I just want to clear that up, because it was something that I was, grappling with a little bit over the weekend, trying to make sense of it all. And again, I'm lucky that I have good, wonderful people out there doing amazing things. Everybody's doing their different part too, but it's very reassuring and it's very encouraging, and that's where I find my optimism in other people and each other. It's giving and taking a love, baby. What else do we want to talk about today? Let's see. Oh, one, different stuff that I wanted to talk about, and my mind was just all over the place, and I had to write it all down and try to make sense of it as best as I can. But I'm observant, dude. I'm an observant. I like to think I am, And one thing that I observed, one thing that was really neat and cool, I got a chance to, after I finished my walk, I was like, I want to spend a little bit of time, because here we do different things. The main goal is to pursue comedy, learn, do it better, one day get out there when the opportunity comes, hopefully do 30 seconds at a place, learn, be a part of a community, do a minute, do 5, all that, all in the near future, hopefully. And then in the meantime, we like to, express ourselves in whatever shape or form that we can. And sometimes your boy likes to, go out there and paint. So what I did, on my way back, I stopped by Dollarama and picked me up 4 canvases, or canvases. Got some extra paint, I got reinforcements now, and I got 4 canvases now. I'm just, starting again, jot down ideas little by little. And that's what I wanted to do overall. The weekend I spent kind of decompressing, getting rid of any sort of negative thoughts that might, accumulate during the week. And not, I don't normally have too many negative thoughts, but sometimes, obviously, because of, and this is a privileged problem, because I choose to do it, it's love, and I love it, because I'll have to read sometimes, what's going down in the world in different parts, whatever I'm interested in. Some of the news sometimes coming to you is a little bit negative, so I wanted to just get rid of all that stuff, put away the, I don't want to get myself caught up in noise. I want to focus on feeling good, make myself feel good, make you guys feel good, and that's what it is. But picked up a few canvases, that's what I was trying to say, man. And on my way back, I hopped on the bus because the subway was down. So, and it's been a while since I got on a bus, which was nice. So, and that's so convenient, dude. You sit on that's the thing, when you're not driving, when you're just like sitting back, whether it's on the subway or the bus, or you happen to catch a cab yourself, whatever it is, you can observe more. You can observe differently. Not that you're, and that's what it is. I was just sitting in the midsection of the bus. That's not the front, that's not the back. Right down the center, baby. Sat down, I had a couple of bags, I got my 4 canvases, other bags holding a couple of tubes of paint. And I just got to, see what's going down on the streets without having to worry about what I'm doing, because I could just be an observer. And it's just like, it's really neat, man. You watch people just do their thing, perform their little rituals. Like, what do I mean by them? And one thing that, because anything that you do is got some sort of a ritual built into it from the, from your morning when you get up. Like, my ritual is to do a little 5 to 15 minute, depending on the day, long exercise, hitting different body parts. Then part of that other ritual is taking a shower, coming back out, making coffee. Making coffee is a big ritual for me. I love coffee, and there's a whole, everybody's got like, you got a mug, or you got a cup, or you got, a way that you place things on the refrigerator or in a cabinet or whatever it is, or a spoon that you use, or that's just an example, right? And it's just nice to look at other people living life and molding it the way they're doing it, and it's cool to see other people's rituals. What did I notice that was kind of new? What I noticed was, I was sitting in the midsection, and there's a ton of traffic. So there was a point of a little bit of a gridlock, and then there was another bus approaching our bus, and then the drivers were, stuck in traffic, and their windows came, I guess, close by for them to, crack that window open, and I couldn't hear them. I had my headphones on, I'm listening to music, but I'm seeing these guys just start like conversing amongst themselves and, doing their little routine, doing their little ritual. And, at first all I saw was, I saw the driver, throwing like hand signs, throwing gang signs. I'm like, what's going on? The next thing you know, I see, reciprocated gang signs and hand gestures coming back from the opposite bus driver. And that was neat, man. And they did their little thing, what are we doing? Are you going down, I'm going up, or you want to meet in the middle, or whatever it is that they were talking about. It's cool to see that. Like, that's, again, camaraderie, like brothers and sisters, there's a bond. It's like, oh, I feel you, I know what you're doing, we're in this together. And that's, I don't know, made me feel good. And I look for those little things, because it's the little things that, make the world go round, I think. And what else did I notice? I got a chance to, stick my neck to the side, to the left, and just watch the other cars, watch the other pedestrians. It was nice. It felt way more normal. Again, as every day passes by, we're getting closer, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting closer. We're edging closer. It's exciting. There's a ton of people on the streets. I'm happy to see that. One thing that I noticed, if I can share it with you guys, because of the accumulating ice, snow, slush, all the residue of all the winter residue that you get in the cities, right? The windows of the buses kind of get gray at times, and it gets a little bit smudged, so you don't get a clear shot of what's going on outside. Or right, you do, but it seems like it's covered in like a gray filter. Or what happens is you'll get like a black and white effect, and all of a sudden you're looking outside and everything's black and white for the most part, with a slight bit of hints of color here and there if they're bright colors, red, yellows, blue, orange, green. All those things kind of stand out, but most of it is in black and white, which was kind of dope, dude, because I was just like listening to music, and before hopping on the bus I had smoked a J, so I was just like, feeling myself, feeling my music, feeling good. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna go home, set down the stuff, think, sketch this, that. I'm just feeling good, man. And I felt like I'm watching a black and white movie, and I felt like I'm in a black and white movie, which was nice. Don't get me wrong, man, it's color over black and white any day, but it's just a different experience, and I thought that was pretty dope. If I had, that's the thing, if for some reason, if everything went silent, then it would have really felt like, oh man, now we're all the way back, man. No words, no noise, just a solid, silent black and white movie, which is, it's. But that's the thing, you see. But you'll always have little moments that'll remind you that you're in modern times. You're not in the, because it's easy to just sit on the bus and you're, zoning out. And you're like, man, and you forget what timeline you're in. But there are always reminders, you don't see, because if it's like actually black and white times, if it's just like black and white times, you'd see, kids wearing like wife beaters at the docks, just jumping in the harbor, coming out with fish, or maybe kids like shoe shine. You'd see a lot of like, you'd see, if it was actual black and white times, you'd see maybe like a fire hydrant that's been just, left open, maybe for whatever reason. Maybe somebody ran over it with their car and it's not been fixed, or maybe the city officials notice it's a hot day. Let me be Superman for these kids and go, crank that bad boy open. Now we got ourselves a nice little water fountain coming out and everybody's playing, having a good time. That's black and white periods. You've seen that, but that doesn't happen. So it's a constant reminder, like, no, we're still in modern times. We're still good. It's don't trip yourself out. What else would you see back in the black and white period? You'd see a lot of little stands. You see a lot of stands, like a little newspaper stand or like a little stand. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just you probably see that people were, oh, just let me go into the market, check out the stands. What's at the stands? Pick up a little bit of fresh grocery or some, but you don't see that. So it's a constant reminder. It's not real. We're still living in color, which is nice. So that happened, and I just feel really good. I look around and all I see is just like more people coming together. That's what it is, whether it's on the streets, whether it's in real time, whether it's in person or on the line. So I see a lot of people. I think, yeah, I'm feeling very optimistic, you guys, ladies, gentlemen, feeling optimistic, not gonna lie. Man. Ooh, one thing that I'd like to also cover today, I've not been talking about it because you don't want to talk about it too early, but right now I think is an appropriate time for us to mention Canadian men's soccer team. We're doing really well, you guys. Congratulations. We're almost there with 3 more games left in the World Cup qualifiers. We basically need one more win would just, easily secure our spot in the World Cup. So you got 3 more games coming up. We've been consistent. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Boy's a soccer fan. Gotta make a shout out to my team. Keep doing it. We got 3 more games, but here's the thing. I don't want to. That's the thing. Sometimes I'd be watching low key, just checking the stats, seeing what's up. Low key, and this is just between you and this is just between Team Canada and your boy right now. Nobody else needs to be listening to this. But I think we've got this, boys and men. These are solid men. We're not talking about this is men's soccer right here. This is grown up, full of test men's soccer with lots of pride and joy, repping their men's filled with energy, repping the country, doing it, putting Canada on their backs. But what I was trying to say is that low key, between you and I think we got a good shot at not just being in the World Cup, but I think we've got a good shot. And I know there's always the heavy hitters, the contenders, and what have you, but I think Canada's that new blood in soccer. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. Canada's that new blood from the north, just gushing down on everybody, dude. I don't think they know what you and I know, because you and I know that, everywhere's got their advantages and disadvantages, but one thing is that nobody beats our endurance. Nobody beats our capability of performing in, sub-zero temp, baby. Those are the Icemen. Those are the Icemen with ice running through their veins. They're just assassins when it comes to that soccer ball and taking it and putting it in the back of the net. That's what it is. And I think, honestly, if we put our minds to it, and by we, I mean you guys, because, this is just coming from love and appreciation of the sport of the game. And, I hope to see us, I think we can, just take it one game at a time, and go in there and dominate. And I'm just, hoping that you guys consistently keep putting at least, do what you're doing. You're doing great, but 3 to 4 goals every game, solid D, solid offense. You know the basics, solid D, solid offense. And I believe in us, man. I think we can not only be in the World Cup, I think we've got room to even, surprise a few countries here and there. And everybody said this is what it is, man. I know there's, Just talking about the good stuff. All right, just talking about the good stuff. The good old classic game of footy ball, soccer, baby. Just doing it. I think we can do a lot of damage in a positive manner and just be like, yeah, what up? What up, everybody else, you know? But also like, everybody else, what up? We love you. That's healthy competition. That's what it is, baby. I'm excited. So keep doing what you're doing, and congratulations, but we still have got a lot of work left. And again, by we, I mean you guys. Down on the pitch, it's you guys. Down there, it's all you guys. If you need, if you want your boy to come out there and give you a little bit of the sprucing when it comes to the pep talk to get you going, I'll do it. Anything for the team, anything for the fam and the country, baby. Doing it. Fucking, let's go, Canada. What else do I want to talk about? I did write a little story. Do we want to cover this today? Should I go into this today, or should we do it next time we see each other? Maybe we'll leave this story for another time because I don't quite know how I feel about it. It's not quite, yeah. We'll leave that story be. We'll let it be and we'll come back to it another time. That doesn't mean we're not going to have fun today, baby. Doesn't mean we're not going to have fun today, because that's what is our expertise around here. There's different times when they'll call different people. There are different times when they'll call different people for different occasions, but on certain occasions, they'll call your boy. They'll call your boy if they need somebody to come in there and de-escalate. They call me the escalator, not to be mistaken for an escalator you'll find at a local shopping center or mall or what have you. I'm talking about de-escalation, baby. Escalating and de-escalating some things that I'm very, expertise ranging in a variety of things, and that's what it is, baby. Sometimes they'll call your boy and be like, we need it to be de-escalated. We're gonna have to just, and I'm there. You know why? Because I've been de-escalating since '89, baby. That's why. Master of de-escalating. I can also ramp it up. For a while, I actually focused only on escalation. But then I'm like, oh man, there's a whole little niche right here at de-escalating. Holy guacamole, that's what it is. So I started getting into it whenever there were little qualms or beefs within the fam. Go right in the center of it. Calm down, everybody. Whenever there were problems outside, I try to stay out of it. Again, de-escalating the best way I know how. And then later into adulthood, transition, put it into your studies, and then put it into the workforce. Put it into the work, de-escalating certain circumstances. There was a time once that things got really escalated, and they called your boy, and they're like, we need this itch to just be brought down a few levels. That's levels. And I did it. Now, am I gonna go through the whole routine and show you how does the magician reveal all his tricks? If he's really good, of course, but then you'll still be fucking amazed, like Penn and Teller, who did the whole magician, but they're like killing it, and also showing you how it's done, and I'm still killing it. Surprises all day. That's what it is. But not all magicians do that, and it's still filled with magic. That's not to say that there's no magic, baby. There's a lot of magic going on all around us. Miracles of life every day. But my specialty, it was the 90s, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was the 90s. We were things got escalated. We were in Milan. We were, there was a case that was going down. And you'd be surprised. The case was actually going down at a art gallery / museum sort of a sitch. I can't give away too many of the details for safety measures, of course, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get to hear the story. Oh, you can't wait to hear the story. I know. It was probably around, I want to say 96, 97, the heyday of the 90s. This was when the economy was booming. This was when, you know, cars were still, they were still trying to figure out, do we want to go with, you know, square shaped cars or more of a round shaped car? And it was and you got a mixed bag of both. Some cars still solid squares, talking Cadillacs. Some cars came in import, a little bit rounder edges. What's going on? Competition was going on, baby. Doesn't matter. It's the mid 90s. We're in Milan. I had a great mustache at the time. We're in Milan. I'm solving cases, and again, I'm only, you know, they call different people for different occasions. We've gone over that, but what happens is on certain occasions when there's about to be maybe like, hey, the stories that I'll have to get involved in, if I don't get in there and de-escalate, we're risking like major international misunderstandings that could unravel. And just so that's when I'm brought in. I got the call. They're like, a famous painting's missing. I'm like, which one? They're like, you don't worry about that, which one, just get down here. So I get down there, man. I get down there and used all the methods. It was the mid 90s. Drove a little bit, hopped on a plane, used a little scooter at one point because we're in Milan. That's what I did. And you know, in the meantime, I stopped for a nice slice of pizza, a couple of baguettes, you know, a little bit of that wine, because you got to try it. You're down there. We're always the type that goes for the two birds, one stone, or even sometimes like half a stone. Sometimes just think about it, no stone, two birds, bro. Save a stone. That's the type of mentality that we're working on. And they're like, yeah, there's been a heist. There is an international scandal about to just blow up. And it's going to be scandalous, and it's going to be bad for a lot of big names. A lot of big names, some small names, major players. It's not the length or the width of the name. It's the position that you hold in society and how that'll ripple out and impact everybody else around you. It's not important, though. I got there, and that's what it is, man. They found out. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, has the parameter been? Have we closed off the parameter? They're like, yes. I'm like, good, keep it closed. I get in there. I'm just like, you know, I'm eating pizza. You know, I'm dripping pizza sauce all over the place. They're like, what are you doing? You're contaminating the crime scene. I'm like, to the naked eye, of course, to the naked eye, that's what it may seem like. And I quickly moved over without, you know, focusing too much on that, because that's my bad, dude. I didn't know like that. Like, where does the crime scene even start? Where does it stop? Where can you eat? Where can't you eat? I gotta eat. That's what it is. So I quickly went over that. But you know, your boy's a professional. I didn't let that, you know, crap my style or anything. I got in there, and I like to use the old, you know, I got a kit. I got a briefcase. I got a suitcase briefcase filled with special kits and tools that one would use in these particular circumstances. And one of them is a special form powder. You can find this powder actually at any local grocery store. It's just for baking. It could be anything. It could also be baking soda. That could also work, but that doesn't, you know, it's not the kind of powder. It's how you use it. Again, that's one of the many things that I've learned in the game. So I'm out there, I'm just like spreading powder everywhere. So now, you know, a little further behind me is where I drop the pizza sauce. You know, try to avoid that area, obviously, because you don't want to get the two substances mixed up. Next thing you know, it's just, gross everywhere. But nonetheless, I'm just like powdering the spot with a little brush, gently blowing up, very gentle. And it's been practiced, these gentle. And then what happens is you'll notice little fingerprints will start to, you know, just show up. And then again, old school. I like to go old school. Sometimes old school is the best school. It doesn't fail. So I got like special tape, placed the tape down, lift it up. Now we got the fingerprints. Next thing you know, the process of de-escalation has already begun. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, everybody's already, just the fact that I'm already at the spot, everybody's feeling relaxed. I told them, I'm like, how much time do we have? They're like, this needs to be done like ASAP. You got 42 hours. You got 42 to 56 hours throughout. I'm like, can we call it even 48 hours? Do I got 24 hours plus another 24 hours? A solid 48, solid 2 days is what I was really trying to, and they're like, yes, you got 2 days to figure this out. And I already figured it out, dude. It was actually very easy. The process was very, like, that's the thing. I went on the lines, and this was the original lines, like way back again, early 90s, not too many people. So and this was, easier at the time. Maybe now you can't do this, but I just went out there, and I can't say the name of the painting for, obvious reasons. But I just like typed in as like, I'm a buyer now. I'm a buyer. I'm going online, mysterious buyer. I'm posting. I'm like, does anybody, I went on the black market of the internet, the dark web. Out there, I'm like, yeah, I'm looking to buy, such and such paintings if you happen to, and that's what it is, man. And we ended up making contact with this fella after a little while, maybe 10-12 hours has gone by. Now there's a little clock ticking, and I'm checking it every once in a while just to see how much time ago we made contact originally. Yeah, first 10 to 12 hours we met up, we had an order, and he's like, how do I, and every 30 seconds we got one, we typed to each other back and forth on the computer, but then at one point he's like, give me your number, gave him a number, we started calling back and forth, and he'd hang up every 30 seconds, just like, that's how it worked back then. You have to hang up every 30 seconds or they'd be able to track your calls. That's how it was. And so we weren't able to like actually identify where he's at, but no worries. I'm like, we're gonna set up a meeting is what I said. That's normally that's the next step in de-escalation. Meeting. It's very important that you meet and do a meet and greet. Very productive in terms of de-escalating the situation. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna meet at this spot at 5:30. Does 5:30? He's like, no, 5:30 doesn't work for me. I'm like, 6 to 6 work? He's like, no, 6 doesn't work. I'm like, okay, what time works best for you then? He's like, let's do 4. I'm like, okay, just say so. Then we'll meet at 4. And he's like, yeah, make sure you come alone. Put the money in a briefcase. Come alone. If you're being followed by popo cops, I'm gonna be on you, and this whole thing's gonna just blow up into the gigantic international, scandal that will just shake everything. We're talking economical disasters. We're talking geopolitical tensions rising. We're talking like, hey, buddy, I know what I've been sent here to do. I know my job. Don't tell me what we're here to take. Just you show up with the paintings, and I'll show up with the monies. Got the monies, and they're like, can we let's wire you. Let's put a wire on you. We want to get this guy's weight. I'm like, first of all, I don't do wires. I'm the type that if you call me in, it's either I do it my way, or we're not doing it. And that's what it is. I'm like, no wires. And they're like, you want a gun? I'm like, no guns, baby. These are the lethal weapons I need that'll take care of business. No guns, no knives. Retrospectively, it could have gone horribly wrong. I should have probably taken a gun with me, but at the time I was younger. This was again 97, 96, mid 90s, killing it. And so we meet up. He comes there, and I'm there with and oddly enough, that's the thing here. You can only, do we want to, what did I want? My intention was to grab the artwork, do the actual exchange, give him the money, and just let the whole thing, I'm not there to like catch this guy, or like, that's my job is to grab the artwork. If I grab the artwork, de-escalate it, okay? The police can go later on, do the whole, who was it, do this and that. But what did I do? When I was handing over and this was again it's like sleight of hand, again, magic, very just on the spot, just as I'm handing over the suitcase filled with cash, I make sure that when he's giving me the paintings, he's grabbing it, and he's actually putting his thumb and index finger and all the other fingers like he's got it. So now daddy's got him by the prints, baby. And he's like, all right then. I'm like, all right then. Isn't this a lovely exchange? He's like, you're lucky. He said that. He's like, you're lucky you came alone. I'm like, yeah, that's how it went down. Went back to our meeting spot with the feds. Handed over the painting. The painting was original. Everything was gooch. And we also happen to have his fingerprints. On the spot, they do a search in one of those old computers, the black laptops with the green screen. And you hear the clicks of you hear the clicks. Click, 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 went the computer keyboard. Next thing you know, it's in the database, files coming up, they got his picture, they got it. The whole thing got de-escalated in less than, I want to say, we wrapped it up around 26, 27 hours, didn't even need the full 48, but that's what I always like to do, ask for a little bit more just to make sure, everything is on the, but everything got resolved, and that's what I do, baby. So when it comes to de-escalation, I've done that. That's one of the times when I went out there, de-escalated in less than 48 hours. There have been times, I do crazy things, dude. I do the craziest things. I mentioned it once before. I talked a guy off a ledge once. I talked a guy on a ledge too. That was also that was prior to the escalation. That was the escalation phase of my career. But then later on, I'm like, man, if more people survive, I have more clients. So I'm like, de-escalating way better than escalating. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, always trying to stay silly with it, of course. Don't go out there trying to de-escalate all in once. And, and if you're not, you try escalating first, then try de-escalating. It's always good to get, because we like to hear and glad you made it. We like to approach everything wholeheartedly and holistically, okay? Covering all the bases. Adding bases if there are no bases. And just trying to see things from different angles. And the best way I find to tackle life right in the belly, that's where you want to just tackle life in the belly, is through humor, through love, laughter, and tickling each other from far and from near whenever we get a chance. Thank you for all the love and support. I'll be back here again on Wednesday and definitely on Friday. You can always support your boy by watching these videos. If you've done so, thank you very much. If you happen to, you got a tick, dude. You got a tick. You got a little tick with you got a little tick. Best thing you can do, make use of that tick and just hit those likes, hit those subscribes. Follow me on Instagram. Search Rob Sadri on YouTube so you get the full length videos. If you're already watching on YouTube, thank you very much. You can subscribe so you get those reminders. Every week we're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and yes, it definitely helps the algorithms, and your boy's trying out here to fight the good fight against the algorithms, baby. Doing it. It's your boy against the algorithms. But it's us together doing it. Hoping to learn, hoping to grow. And one day, yeah, man, grow till we start shrinking. That's what I want to do. I want all of us to get to grow, and then get to shrinking. That's the golden ages of life, and I'd like to experience that with all of you. Just a bunch of regressing bastards at that point, baby. Start drooling again, but with, losing bodily functions, wearing diapers again, just kicking it old school like we used to, fam. Love y'all. Stay safe, have fun, support each other, tickle each other, spit on your hands and shake on it, and I'll be back here again on Wednesday. In the meantime, peace.